Um, this is going to be a bit of a different video for me. I will be posting more reactions, so no worries to people who like to watch my stuff. But I just saw on my Royal Blood video that the drummer Ben Thatcher seemed to have commented on it, and yeah, I definitely have to talk about it because it's made my day, and it's really, I cannot believe it, because I mean, there's a lot to not believe, because I started this channel about a month ago. I'm just a uni student filming videos in their bedroom in between lectures and that. Like, I love watching some of the big reactors, like Laid Back, No Life Shack and those guys, and I wanted to do the same and sort of share my love for music and maybe highlight different music that probably doesn't get that kind of YouTube videos on it, because there aren't that many videos that people listen to bands like Royal Blood, Nothing But Thieves, and also some of the lesser known pop musicians and lesser known rap musicians, and it's crazy to see the response. My first few videos I'm getting 5-10 views, and that was fine because I enjoyed it, and then I hit a Katy Perry video with 1,000, and then that really helped, and then another one with a couple thousand. Nothing But Thieves videos getting towards 1,000 now. I've got almost 100 subs this month. I really can't believe the impact it's been having. This is the thing, I'm quite busy. I just record these when I have the moment, record them in batches, release them, and people are always suggesting new songs, and I'll always put these out, and I definitely enjoy them. I do have to shout out Lewis Perry. Seems to be a loyal fan of my videos, and I really appreciate it, mate. Believe me, this is like, the idea of me having fans is completely ridiculous, and to have the drummer from Royal Blood comment is ridiculous, because they're pretty much a great band. I won't lie. I mean, I grew up on rock music, AC/DC, Oasis, Arctic Monkeys. My dad would always play the rock CDs in the car, and it's always been a big part of my childhood. And Royal Blood came out 2014, and I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not listening to as much rock music nowadays, because it's not the major music being made in the world. There aren't that many bands coming out that have the impact. Royal Blood really, when they came about, it felt like a big shift in rock music. It did feel like the Arctic Monkeys very literally were passing the baton to them after Oasis had passed it to them. Then with the music climate right now, they're not going to be playing Nebworth with 100,000 people in 2020, but I do feel like their unique sound, the way Mike Kerr uses the bass guitar and with the multiple amps, it sounds like nothing else there is in the world. It's completely unique, and that's rare in rock music. It's been around for 50-60 years now, and one thing criticism you can have about rock music is it hasn't really got anywhere to go anymore. But Royal Blood came about completely unique. I know people who don't like rock music, but I'll play Royal Blood in the car, and these guys are complete rap heads. They love rap. They don't like rock at all. Anything with a bit of shouting and a bit of heavy guitar, they just close their ears. But I'll play Royal Blood, and they'll be headbanging like mad. And yeah, first album, probably the best rock album of the 2010s. Like, I'm not even capping. I'm not even gassing up. Like, I really think there's not a bad song on that album. It's superb songwriting. But the song, I don't know if Mike Kerr, who has the input of what, but lyrics fantastic. The blend of melody and the hard riffs from his bass guitar, and the breakdowns. It's like listening to a Royal Blood song is like listening to no other song, and that's important, because having that kind of identity with your brand and your band just means you have a career for a long time. It just does. I mean, I've seen them play that Reading set 2015. Like, crazy to think 2 years ago they just formed the band and they're playing Reading and having the crowd sing out their lyrics to them, and they sound. His bass guitar sounds like nothing else, and then when he goes into Iron Man, and it's the bass guitar, it's that tone, it's unlike nothing. I remember sitting home with my guitar and fiddling with the settings with octave pedals and trying to get my guitar to sound like Mike Kerr's bass, and I think there's a lot of people doing the same, because it sounds so crazy, and it's like a different way of playing. It's the single notes and just bass, one guitar, not two. There's no chords, just single notes, and writing that and adding the chord progressions and the melodic setting of the lyrics on top of that, and Ben Thatcher's superb drumming. Obviously Ben Thatcher commented, I have to, the guy's an insane drummer, like insane. Like, I remember seeing him live, and he doing drum solo in Little Monster, and it's just like, it's the guy goes mad. He's the skill level to that. I'm glad to see quality musicians making it, because music, nowadays there's not necessarily a meritocracy, and the best don't always make it. And I'm glad to see a great musician like Ben being able to make a living from music, because there are a lot of great musicians out there who they end up working at guitar shops and stuff because it's so difficult to break out in the music industry at the moment. And I'm glad they gave a chance to Royal Blood, because they made a demo and they had no idea what was going to happen. They released that great album, Out of the Black, one of the best rock songs I've ever heard. Like, I don't even know what to say. I can go through all of their songs if you want, but seriously, Out of the Black live goes on for 10 minutes. The way Mike handles the crowd, the way they go into Iron Man sometimes afterwards, it's insane. Like, the guys, they seem to have their own lane in rock music, which is insane to think about, really, and I can't believe it, to be honest. It's humbling. It's really humbling, because a lot of people love their music. I mean, and there's a lot of people who listen to them more and been to more gigs than I have, and yet they comment on my video and showing me some love, which is great. I've sent him a Insta DM, but this is enough already. Like, I seriously, this gives me so much motivation to make more videos, because to have the views I'm getting and the feedback I'm getting in the comments is fantastic, and but also the idea of artists seeing it is not something I've ever considered. And yeah, I've been fans of these guys for a long time, and I really think they can go anywhere. They could be the biggest rock band on earth. I think the way they make their music, the songwriting's on point. No one sounds like them. If they could break the states, I can't see. I can see, the sky being the limit. The way they make their songs, the way it seems to appeal across different genres. There's electronic elements in there. There's elements of hip hop in there. The gig, I saw women dancing to your music. If you can get women dancing to your rock music, you've got a career there, mate. Like, it appeal. I know people who don't like rock music, they like Royal Blood. So, I'm painting. When they drop another single, best believe I'm doing a reaction to that as soon as I hear it. And yeah, this is my tour T-shirt. I went with the cool, the car from the video of How Did It Get So Dark, and on the back is all the dates. I saw them in Brighton, in the Brighton Centre. I do actually, I don't know if they are from Brighton, maybe not originally, but it's a Brighton band per se, and I've been here for uni for a few years, and I'm seem to be the only person in Brighton who hasn't met them, because I know a lot of people. There's a girl I'm living with right now who said she's met them and hang around with them in the bar, and I've heard a lot of people say they've met these guys, and I've never met them, never seen them. So this is cool. This is cool because I've never met them. So this is cool, and maybe it'd be nice if happens to pass them on the street. I passed a few, and I passed a couple like people I know on the street, like YouTubers or guitar players, and it makes your day, to be fair, to see someone. And I do have to actually sort of mention the comment, the guy, because in the comment he said he tends to not really watch these videos, which for obvious reasons, because I completely understand the way the internet is, the way Twitter is, the way YouTube is. Negativity sells. And as a musician, listening to all the noise of the critics and all the people who don't, there's going to be a lot of people who don't like your music, but there's some people who love it, and you don't hear. You can read 1,000 good comments, but the one bad will stick you in your mind. So I can understand why the guy doesn't watch these types of videos, and he happens, whatever the feeling got him, watched mine, and I do love Royal Blood, and I'm glad he can get some feedback from fans of that there are because I'm sure there's times when you're making an album, in a tour where you sort of you lose, maybe you're struggling to get a song right, or struggling to come up with ideas, especially in times like this with COVID, not being able to play live, where you sort of you're not completely reassured about the future of your band, and as great as they are, no one's perfect, and if he could watch this and give him a smile, then that's fantastic. That's all you want as a fan, to be able to give back some positive feelings to the band that they've given you. I mean, I've spent hours listening to their music, gone to gigs, so I'm really glad that I could make that happen. And yeah, you best believe if they release an album or new singles, I will definitely be giving my thoughts to them. They're my favourite band at the moment, so I will definitely be giving my thoughts. So thanks to anyone who watched this. I don't expect this to get any views or anything. That's not why I made it. I just made it because making a video on Royal Blood and then having the guys from the band comment on it is just someone told me that, I would have not believed them, and it's pretty crazy. So I just thought I'd impart this on, my feelings to on video, and yeah, and also sort of thank people who watch my videos, because I could make some money from this eventually. And being a student, I don't have that much money, student loans and such, especially where the world is. Having a little bit of, even if a pound here, a pound there, it could help. And I enjoy making the videos. I am a musician myself, and if I could release music and onto a channel with a fan base who would listen to it, it would that gives me much more of a chance to get my music heard than if I just put it out there on SoundCloud and get 5 views. So yeah, I'm going to continue. This has motivated me to continue making these videos, because it validates it in a sense. Just being a kid and making your videos in your room, it's kind of a weird thing to do. Not many people actually do that, and don't get many views, and it's hard to kind of. But the motivation of the views and the fans and the comments, and also things like this, which this might be the only time I ever talk to an artist about the music of that I react to, but it doesn't matter because it's still insane. So yeah, that's probably gonna be the end of the video. But I'm just sitting down to do a session of new videos. And yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.